This time I'm on my way from Saltolukta to the south along the Kungsleden. Today we're going to city our cabin, and with me I have 3 guests. The weather forecast have been bad because they promised kind of heavy wind up to 27 meters per second. But actually it turned out to not be as bad as, but we will see when we come further on here on the trail. I see if I can film something. It's actually quite good so far, but I know that we're coming to a place now halfway between Sito and Saltolukta, and at that place it's usually very windy. When you're through that, then it's a little bit better again. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Matti. I'm working as a dog musher and nature guide up here in northern Sweden together with my partner Stina. So outdoor life is actually what we're doing for a living. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit what I think could be hard with being a guide. One part of it at least, maybe not all. Because being a guide is not only easy peasy going everyday fun things, of course. When you're working as a guide and you have a group and you have a planned tour, you have sold a route, people booked actually a certain route, and then you see the weather forecast and you start hesitating. Sometimes it's 100% clear this will not work, and then it's actually not a decision. But like here, when you see maybe could it work, maybe couldn't it work, then it's very, very hard to make the decision, okay, we don't go, it's not safe, this will be too hard. And when you made that decision, you really hope that it will be bad weather. But if it's not bad weather, you feel really just that you made a bad decision. It's nice to travel when it's a little bit windy like this. It's very beautiful, especially right now when we have good visibility and we can see the trail far away. It's clear sky, sunshine. Then I feel comfortable, and then it's fun. When you don't feel comfortable, then you don't think it's fun anymore. So now we are out on the other side of the valley, and it's much less wind here. It's always a little bit tricky when you go through an area like that with people that never been driving sled before, and you can't really communicate with the people in the group directly, so it makes it a little bit difficult. When you're driving in drifting snow, and when drifting snow had covered up all these small wet holes, it's difficult if you come with the snowmobile. When you come with the dog team, somehow they know where to go. Don't ask me how. I'm so impressed with them many, many, many times. They have saved so much trouble for me, and maybe actually even saved my life a couple of times when they avoid bad ice or they have avoid different things when it's snowstorm. I see now that I didn't close my sled enough up with the drifting snow, so I have a little bit of snow in my camera bag right now. Not good. Now we arrived to CTR cabin, and first we undressed the dog and then we went in for a coffee and so on in the cabin. We've also been feeding the dogs and taking care of them. And I can still hear the wind on the other side of the valley. Up there. Not so bad, but anyway, windy. Yeah, very focused. It looked good. It's like making cheese. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm out with the dogs again and talking with them. Hey, Gotte, and giving them jackets. Yeah. Hey, Gotte and Leila, both of them should have jackets. Yeah. They're so nice. So nice. These jackets are really good because they have Velcro or velcro or whatever you call it. Cardboardband in Swedish. And there, it's just choop choop. And it's on. Last night I wasn't sleeping really good because of a few reasons. And one reason was that Chase, one of the dogs that came up with Stina, he was very, very stressed in several different moments during the night. So he was barking and I was out checking him and checking him and checking him. So that was one reason. Another reason was that in the evening yesterday, suddenly late in the evening, got to start coughing. And then I was not feeling okay because a dog that's coughing like that should go home. And Stina was already home with the dog that we picked for going home. And I hadn't seen anything like that for him during the week. And the third thing was that the weather forecast promised kind of heavy wind, but I was a little bit worried that we should get too bad wind. The first thing, Chase, now he's fine out here. He's not barking. He's just relaxed. I think he wanted to leave the station. He wanted to go to the mountain. I don't know. And the second thing, Gotte, I brought him inside and he coughed a little bit. And then this morning, nothing. Totally nothing. So Gotte is the kind of dog that coughs when he gets stressed. So I think Gotte gets stressed by Chase. And therefore got to start coughing. So now he's totally fine. We've been working today, and yeah, that feels really, really, really good. And the third thing, the weather, they promised a little bit higher wind in the morning, but when we was on the mountain, it was totally okay, really, really nice. But it is a little bit difficult to drive with a group for the first day when you can't stop and talk to each other. But now in Situjar, and tomorrow we continue our journey. And this is a little bit about how it is to be guide, you living with a lot of these decisions. But for me, most concern is to make it good for the dogs, because I know that I've spent so much time out here with the dogs, and if I start missing signals from the dog, they get too skinny, they stop eating or whatever. So I really, really don't want to make mistakes with the dog, because they are so lovely, and of course they are important for what I'm doing, but they are giving everything for us. So it's my duty to do everything for them. I like them so much, and I'm so happy and grateful for the dogs we have. And now me and Jesse is going into the bed. See you tomorrow. So we have just left Situjar cabin, and I forgot to film the breakfast and all that stuff. And at that place, it was a guy called Fjell-Anders on YouTube. You should head over to his channel. He do things that's outside the box, not adventure things. He talk about gear, and if anyone have been camping in snowstorm without doing clickbait of it, it's Fjell-Anders. His channel is in Swedish, but you can make it so you can understand or read it, subtitle that to English or something, Hinduish or I don't know. He's a good channel, and he's a nice guy. And he exists because I've seen him several times out here. Now today we're going from the cabin in Situjar, and we're heading towards Akse. And for most of the skiers, that part is just 13 kilometers or 14 and 15 kilometers, something like that. But we do a round tour. We use a snowmobile trail that goes around, and this part of the trail is few dog mushers use it, some snowmobile people, and very, very rarely that you see ski tracks down here. But it's very beautiful. You come from this birch forest down to the needle forest, and we follow the Sito river valley.
Yeah, it's falling.
It's really warm now. It's around 0, almost some plus degrees, because the snow on my sled have melted and turned into water and dried away actually. So it's very warm. And from having these low temperatures for almost 2 months, it's now warm, and that affects the dog. I can see how they get warm, they're not used to it, and it's always like that the first days when it's warm during the winter. This is how the dogs are when they're warm. They get wet here because they're snapping snow, and luckily we have snow, and that's cooled them off, and they're rolling in it and so on. The good thing with Siberian Husky is that they usually don't work over the limit. So we just arrived to Akce, and the dogs are tired. This warm temperature really makes them exhausted. Me too. Now we've been feeding the dogs, and most of the dogs have been eating good. And now it's time to feed ourselves. Some of the dogs don't like to eat from the bowl, prefer to eat from the ground, but I don't flip everything directly on the ground. I first feed them in the bowls, because most of them take the water then.
Should be nice.
Suddenly the weather changed a bit. Started to snow and started to blow, as you see. But we are in the forest, and we are very close to next time, so no issue, no problem. Just nice. Real winter. So that was a short glimpse of what we are dealing with on the trail. And this is Janis, one of the new ones. And as you see, she have a chain here on the collar, and that's because I really don't want her to come free. So I put this on for the night on her instead of only the normal one, because with this one they can't come free. So that's only a solution for dogs that we know can come out of the collar, or dogs that are new for us that we don't really trust if they come free. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope see you in next video. Ciao!